Okay, here we go. We need this on. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Old Miami for the final game of the Throwback Week Series 8. It is the Detroit Tigers taking on the Miami Marlins from what appears to be a football stadium, above all else. Should be a fun one, this. Both teams need to be having a win here to hold on in their respective standings. Speaking of the standings, we'll take a look at that now. As far as the American League is concerned, the Tigers standing in at 7-4, plus 15 in the run differential coming into today. Best run differential in the league. Chris Sale on the mound today. It's going to be quite difficult to be able to get some runs past him, but we'll wait and see. As far as the Marlins are concerned, if they win today's game, well, it's not quite going to matter. They're going to remain fourth in the National League at 6-7. Of course, two games separating the first place Padres all the way back to the last place Marlins. 7-6, 6-7 for the Braves, 6-7 for the Brewers, and 5-7 coming into tonight's game for the Marlins. But again, the Tigers, as we said, a win here will do wonders for them in remaining in playoff contention here. And leading off is going to be Tommy Edman. Edman this season, a 107 average, does have 4 RBI.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Just a 1 home run, but yeah, difficult season for him. And of course, when you got such a good pitcher like Sale on the mound, things could escalate quickly. Foul to the right side. And of course, this is our first game at Old Miami. Miami did not host the
3-1
previous. They did not host the previous Throwback Week, as that one hit into the gap out in right. I tell you what, it's going to be extra bases here for Tommy Edman as it slow rolls to the wall. Chisholm finally gets to it. The throw, I tell you what, no throw there. But Tommy Edman, a double. Fantastic stuff for him. That's going to be his 3rd hit for extra bases this season. And by the way, he's only got 4 hits on the season. That'll bolster his average to a 137, but yeah. Stepping in now is going to be Juan Soto. Soto this season, 269 average, 4 extra base hits, 6 RBI. He's done great. But remember, it was for the Marlins having... Soto's going to go around on that one. Having done that Series 2 Throwback Week, they were away by technicality versus the Brewers from the Field of Dreams. It was a phenomenal series, that, by the way. 2-1 to Soto. Foul. Do it again. Up next is Matt Olson. Low slider. Count moves to full. Matt Olson has been on a tear himself. Pitch high in the zone. Foul. Bottom of the zone changeup, swung through and missed. Strike 3 as Chris Sale will sit down Soto. And as we said, that's now going to bring up Matt Olson. That one foul. Olson this season, 10 for 26, 384 average, 4 home runs, 7 RBI, 3 hits for extra bases.
That's the ball down.
Such a great season. Detroit has some of the most dangerous batting in the American League, especially considering their run differential comes into today's game at plus 15, as well as being able to hit for average. Except Olson that time will swing through and miss for strike 3. Freddie Freeman stepping in. That one hit up the middle. That one is going to get past the second baseman of Gleyber Torres, rounding third and potentially headed for home. And in fact, yes, getting home is Tommy Edman. It's a base hit RBI for Freddie Freeman. That'll bolster his average to a 240. His 4th RBI of the season, Freeman. And it's now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Now Suarez at a 200. 5 for 25. Does have 6 RBI in the campaign, and 3 of which being homers. So it is possible that he does some damage tonight. Uncharacteristically shaky first inning here for Sale. Hit up the middle. Torres dives, makes the play over to De La Cruz, and that's going to retire the side only just, as unfortunately for Suarez, he goes down on the fielder's choice. And on the mound for the Tigers this evening will be Tariq Skubal. Far and away one of the best pitchers in the American League, in real life and in this season. Let's see how he'll do here against this Miami side, which does have a lot of struggling players, to say the least. Ellie De La Cruz stepping in to lead things off. 156 average this season, 5 for 32. 4 stolen bases on the campaign, so when he does get on the base paths, he's dangerous. But has yet to record a hit for extra bases or an RBI this season. Or even for a home run, for that matter. 1-1 as that one's foul. That's kind of the story here with this Miami side. A lot of struggling bats. They win a lot of games, this Miami side, just on their pitching, and I think the defensive quality that they do bring to the table. Swing and a miss, and De La Cruz goes down on strikes. And now that's going to be Brian Reynolds.
No, that's down. Ball.
Reynolds this season, 233, 3 for 70. 4 hits for extra bases. Out of the 7 that he has gotten on base with, 4 of them were for extras. Changeup goes for strike 1. And the high and tight fastball finds the corner, 1-2. Reynolds connects, but foul. Bottom of the zone fastball swung through and missed, strike 3, and Reynolds goes down swinging.
Ball.
And that now brings up Manny Machado. Machado this season, 153 average, although out of the 4 hits that he does have, 6 RBI on the campaign. Hit in the air to the right side. That one tracking back towards the wall. Soto is going to make the catch at the wall to rob the home run. And it's still 1-0 Tigers. Oh, we're going to have to see that replay, surely. Juan Soto is not necessarily known, as it's Will Smith coming up to bat now. Not necessarily known for his defensive plays. But goodness me, talk about a great catch there to keep your team in the lead. Great smack then from Machado, and you got to think at some ballparks that one would have carried over the fence. Oh, and it was short. Tell you what, from the camera angle that we were given initially, it looked like Soto genuinely had robbed that catch. Still a great catch as well in the backhand and flying in through the air. And that was never going to be the home run there, unfortunately. Smith has had a phenomenal season at the plate. 9 for 24, 375 average. Only just the 3 RBI. All 3 of them solo homers, I believe. 3 home runs, 3 RBI. Sounds about right. Strike 3 as the slider gets past him. That'll drop his average to a 360. Julio Rodriguez will pop this one up to shallow center, and that'll be the second out. That now brings up Riley Green. Riley Green at a 277, 5 for 18. Has done well at drawing walks this season, having only had 18 registered plate appearances. That's a pretty good stat to have.
Outside, ball.
Outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Green connects, hit on the ground. Davison De Los Santos makes the grab, and that will retire the side. Quick inning offensively for Detroit, entering the bottom half of the second. Kyle Schwarber. He's having a great season in real life. In here, not so much. 192 average. 3 RBI. Again, we were talking about this on the stream yesterday. If you are hitting below 250, you're very run-of-the-mill here in this league.
No balls, 2 strikes.
0-2 to Schwarber. That one popped into the air. That one should be this first out. And now it's over to Jazz Chisholm. Now we talk about this Florida side, or Miami side. We talk about the struggles that they have had. Chisholm does not fit into that description. 9 for 22, 409 average, 7 RBI, 4 hits for extra bases, 3 home runs, and 2 stolen bases, and a partridge in a pear tree. And Chisholm only recently dipped below 450 as well. He has had such a great season at the plate here. Of course, he's facing a very good pitcher today in Tariq Skubal, but for the time being, 3-1. That one's going to be low, and Chisholm will make his way to first, one of the first walks issued of today's game. It's over now to Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres, unfortunately, on the other side of the equation, 166 average, 4 for 24. He's got 5 RBI and a couple of home runs with that, but considering the season last time around that Gleyber Torres had for Detroit, I was hoping for a little bit better from him, especially being the Silver Slugger, or, the Golden Glover that he was, just kind of barely missed out on Silver Slugger contention. Glove thrown to second, over to first, and that will retire the side on some good double play ball. After 2, 1-0 Tigers. So Zach McKinstry, the shortstop, I tell you what, he's been one of the best pickups this season. Kind of a low-rated shortstop, but batting .315 this season, 4 RBI as well. At a 6 for 19. I mean, he has done such a great job here for Detroit. Early on the slider, 0-2.
0-2.
Swung through and missed strike 3, and that's a 3-pitch out there for Chris Sale, and it's now back to the top of the order with Tommy Edman. First pitch on the way. Inside edge for strike 1. That one foul, strike 2. And that one outside, and we were almost on the precipice there of an immaculate inning bid. That one fouled behind. First 5 pitches were strikes. Unfortunately, that 6th one was the, what do you call it? It was the ball. Edman tips into the bat, and that will be strike 3. Now it's over to Juan Soto. Inside fastball. Tell you what, Sale is really keeping Miami in this game, but he has not been helped yet by the bats. So unfortunate. A couple of teams like that in this league. But when you talk about that sort of thing, Miami is immediately what comes to mind. Big swing on the changeup, 2-2. Strike 3 as Soto looks at it. And entering the bottom half of the third, Marlins still looking for their first hit of the game. And it's Davison De Los Santos. By the way, if you're keeping tabs on statistics, 0 for 26. Does not have a hit this season.
That's a ball.
Fastball outside. 70 overall rated first baseman. Does not have a hit this season for Miami. I'm not even sure how many times he's made it to first. Maybe none. 1-2 as that one's fouled behind. Swung on and missed strike 3, and it's 27 outs in a row for Davison De Los Santos. And it's over now to Wilson Contreras.
Ball.
Contreras this season, 217 average, 5 for 23. 4 RBI, for what it's worth. Slightly, again, on the low end of the spectrum when it comes to hitting for average. Is that one hit up the middle? Oh, what a play by McKinstry. Is it going to get there? And it does. Wow. Let's have a look at that one. Beautiful stuff from Zach McKinstry. And that keeps the no-hitter alive for Tariq Skubal. Watch this again. Great contact off the bat of Contreras. Slides, gloves it on the ground, only just has enough time to get back up and fling that one over to first for the out. Fantastic play by Zach McKinstry. And so 2 outs now with Nolan Jones, 263 average, 5 for 19. Jones has been a serviceable batter here this season and fielder as well for Miami. That one fouled behind. Of course, had a starting role with the Cardinals last season. Starting left fielder for them. Outside slider. Inside.
2-2.
Swung through and missed, strike three, and continuing to roll is Sharik Skubal, and after three, Miami still do not have a hit on the board. Anthony Bender taking over. Leading off is going to be Matt Olson. Bender entering this game after Sale. Well, despite a relatively good appearance for him, just really hasn't been helped, and yeah, for what it's worth, they are still losing. Inside sinker for strike one. That one outside. Olson still batting .370 at 10 for 27. The 1-1, that's
2-1.
Inside. That one is hammered but fouled. That one as well will go foul. 2-2. Early on the sinker, swung through and missed, strike three. And now it's Freddie Freeman. Freeman had the RBI single in his previous trip to the plate. Freeman isn't necessarily a player to hit for power, only just the one home run this season, 2 hits for extra bases. But some good contact from the guy, and you'll be able to get on first easily. 240 average, it's respectable. Tell you what, bottom middle of the zone, lucky that Freeman didn't connect better. One out here, top of the fourth, 0-2 to Freeman. Strike three, and Freeman will not even take a hack at that final offering as Bender gets 2 out in a row. And that brings up Eugenio Suarez. Suarez, of course, with that previous plate appearance, dips below 200 for the first time this season. 2 outs, 1-0. That one didn't hit Suarez? Do we have another look at that one? I mean, that was right on his shoulder. Oh, come on now. That doesn't hit him. No, it really doesn't. Oh, razor thin margins, but Eugenio Suarez will have to take that one for a ball instead of getting a free base. 2-0 the count. Check swing, points down to first. That's, I was going to say, thank you for calling that one correctly. That would have been a travesty. 3-0 to Eugenio Suarez. Inside for ball 4. And Bednar has allowed first base runner, actually in quite a while here for Detroit. Will Smith stepping up. Despite their run on the board, Detroit has been held to just this 1-0 lead despite, well, I hate to say this to put it rudely, but a better team in almost every category. One of the first base runners they've had this game. Middle sinker, 0-2. Still Smith refuses to swing. Outside.
1-2.
1-2. Outside again. Well, off the edge of the bat there, a bit lucky. That one foul. Hit directly up the middle. That's off the leg of Bednar. Thrown from third over to first. He is in there. That was, unfortunately for Bednar, a very sketchy play there. Hopefully his ankle's okay. As, goodness me, that one was quite the shot off the bat there from Suarez. Bottom of the fourth on the way, 1-0 Tigers. Just need to take another quick look at that one. 1-5-3 goes down as the score for that play. Great hit, and oh, has that gone off of his push leg? Yes, it has. Oh no, it's gone off his the side of his plant foot, hasn't it? Okay. Well, for what it's worth, a great play by Machado, first of all. Now, it's difficult for a pitcher because you draw your power from, in his case here, you draw your power from that back leg. What it has done is it's actually gone off of his left foot. And I tell you what, if you're a pitcher and you're not comfortable with that landing, that's got to be worth taking a look at removing him from the game. Swung through and missed, strike one. And by the way, Miami's still looking for their first hit of the ball game. 0-2. As De La Cruz is reluctant to swing. That one hit up the middle. That's going to break up the no-hitter, finally. Shame for Skubal that he won't get that accolade to his name. Shirley still going down with the win here. Reynolds stepping in, runner on first with nobody out. Brian Reynolds, as we said, .225 average this season. What a moment this would be for him to put a ball in the gap and potentially go for extras. Anything can happen. We've already had 2 inside the park home runs this series. 1-1. Check swing, but the fastball goes as well. 1-2. Manny Machado due up next. That one foul. Another good piece of contact, but can't get the ball in play. Kind of in the story of the game for the Marlins so far. That one fouled behind. Change up on the outside edge, does not find the zone. 2-2. That one foul. Another good piece of contact from Reynolds. Not able to time up Skubal. That one outside. Count moves to full. Borderline call that from the home plate umpire. Reynolds probably shouldn't have swung at that one. Swung through and missed, strike 3. Skubal still dealing here. And it's over now to Manny Machado. Machado, 148 average, 6 RBI in the season. What a moment it would be for him to find a way to put the Marlins on top. No wind for the time being. Anything connected well, and it could go. Low middle fastball, 1-1.
1-1.
That one foul, 1-2. Swung through and missed, strike 3. Skubal just refuses to have bat on ball here. Kyle Schwarber stepping in. 185 average, 2 outs, runner on first. Miracles have to happen here. Inside. Skubal comes set, checks over to De La Cruz. That one hits. Great play there. Thrown over to first. What a play from Eugenio Suarez to retire the side. Looked like for a moment that one could potentially be getting through. And Suarez with a brilliant play to make that one happen. And Jesus Tinoco comes in. Tinoco, for what it's worth, actually, unfortunately, picked up the loss in the previous game versus San Diego. And it's Julio Rodriguez stepping in. Big couple of at-bats here for Tinoco.
1-0.
Chris Sale will still go down with the loss should this result hold. Slider 1-1. It's unfortunate for Sale because, again, he's not been helped by the batters on his team. Very similar to how I would view Paul Skeens this season in real life. 1-2 outside.
2-2.
Low.
Count's full.
Count moves to full now. That one's outside, and Tinoco's first batter, Julio Rodriguez, it becomes a walk, and now it's Riley Green. Runner on first, nobody out. Double play ball could happen here. Rodriguez will be checked on. Rodriguez only with 1 stolen base in the season. I wouldn't really think he'd be taken off here unless he got a really good opportunity, maybe on a wild pitch. That one outside. Green, as we said, phenomenal at actually just getting on base. Only 19 registered plate appearances this season. He's drawn a good amount of walks. 1-1. That one in the dirt. Rodriguez does not take off for second. That was some good coverage there by Wilson Contreras. 2-1. That one low. 3-1 now the count. Of course, due up next is Zach McKinstry. Early. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Oh, kind of an ugly swing there from Green. Lucky to have fouled it. Low sinker, and Riley Green makes his way to first. Second consecutive walk allowed for Jesus Tinoco. And with nobody out, it's Zach McKinstry. Runners on first and second, and only for the second time today is there a runner in scoring position for Detroit. Inside corner, changeup, strike 1.
0-1.
Outside, McKinstry barely holds his swing. That one inside. Tough call from Blue. 2-1 the count, and the home crowd is letting him know it. That one will awake the locals. That one hit up the middle. De La Cruz dives, can't get there. Base is loaded. And that one, I believe, will go down as a base hit. Yes, it does. So McKinstry will make his way to a .333 average this season, and Tommy Edman, with the bases loaded and nobody out. And following Edman is Juan Soto. What a time for some magic. Slider top of the zone. Goes for strike 1. Even a ground into a double play here will score that run from third. That'll get Edman his 5th RBI of the season. That one fouled behind 0-2. Edman's got to find a way to move the runners over here, even if it means flying out to right. Get Soto up to the dish with an opportunity to score even more. That one popped into the air. That one could at least score the run from third into the glove of Chisholm. The throw headed for home, and the run does not take off. Difficult decision there from the runner on third to not have a crack at that one. Of course, it was a good throw from Chisholm, but that leaves it for Juan Soto with an out, and the base is still loaded. Sinker goes for strike 1. Tell you what, Miami are still in this game as long as they don't allow another run. Hit on the ground left side, De La Cruz. Oh, it's a low throw to Schwarber, over to first, and Soto will at least get an RBI. He'll reach on the fielder's choice, but he will get 1 run extra on the board for Detroit. It was kind of a rough play there. That's actually his 7th RBI of the season, Soto. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs, and it's Matt Olson. Tough play there from De La Cruz, having issued a low throw to Torres at second. Didn't allow Torres to make the throw over to first in time.
Ball, outside.
Backdoor slider doesn't cut in. 1-1. That one fouled behind. 2 outs here. Well, one extra run on the board for Detroit. I would say Miami's still in this, but having only one run on the one hit on the day, it's looking slightly dire for the Marlins. Sorry, one hit. That one low, 2-2. Freddie Freeman due up next for Detroit. Should it be a walk issued to Olsen? That one fouled behind. We'll do it again. That one foul. Olsen crack into right, but that one is going to be caught on a line by Jones, and that will retire the side. One extra run scored for Detroit, 2-0 heading into the bottom of the fifth. And it's going to be Jazz Chisholm stepping up. Ever a time for Chisholm to make something happen. Now's the time. Low middle slider goes for strike one. Chisholm, Torres, Contreras, Jones, the next four. Check swing. Chisholm goes round, strike two.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Low.
That's a ball.
Hit on the ground, right side, into the glove of Freeman. He'll touch first for the first out. That dips Chisholm below 400 for the first time this season. 391 is the average. Gleyber Torres, are you kidding me? You talk about the tough display of batting he's had this season. Could that potentially put some momentum for Miami? Solo shot. This is a one-run ball game. Wow. We talk about the moments that Torres has had at the plate to be able to make spectacular things happen. That's his 6th RBI of the season, 3rd homer. We'll have another quick look at this one when we can. It's, is this, Gleyber, Wilson. No, it's Davison De Los Santos, apologize. De Los Santos stepping in. Again, doesn't even have a hit this season. We're looking at the wrong thing here. We need the replay vault. There we go. 421 feet out to right, and again, as soon as it left the bat, that one was common knowledge that it was gone. What a brilliant shot from Torres. And potentially, again, is there momentum now for Miami? In the final inning, it's 2-1. First time all game, Screwball has even looked remotely hittable. Change up, check swing, 0-2. Strike three as De Los Santos doesn't get the bat off his shoulder. And it's now over to Wilson Contreras for the final out. Low middle fastball, strike one. Bottom edge sinker, strike two. Final strike of the game here for Tariq Skubal. Can he do it? Yes, he can! Tariq Skubal. Fantastic game for him and Detroit as they will take the win 2-1. It looked a little hairy there towards the end, but what a phenomenal result as Detroit continue their push towards the top of the American League.